One, and we live.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Nav Gaming TDM Invitational. My name is Nick Hydro Wilkins, and I'm joined this evening by my regular co-caster, Aiden Tolgoth Klein, and our admin this evening, Mrs. Gobbs. Welcome, guys. How's it going?
It's excellent. Thank you very much. Nice sigh, Tara.
I hear the Tara sigh. Guys, so for those of you that don't know, we're going to be covering some TDM action this evening, and the comp and everything has been put together in such a short time, and I'd really like to pay or mention a special thank you to both Tara for doing so much of the work, Nathaniel, Aiden, and Chris Disruptor, for those of you that don't know. He's our mysterious benefactor that would like to remain anonymous, but I think a special mention for Chris this evening. He's really just showing how much he supports the community and himself by donating this cash prize to the winning team on the 27th. So Chris, a big thank you from everyone. It's really appreciated, and again thank you to Nathaniel, and even more so to Tara for taking the time out to organize all of this. You guys have been really big, really helpful, and I'm sure for the players and myself, it's a big thank you. Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah. And really thanks to the players for taking.
Yes, and even more so, thanks for the guys taking the time out of their schedules this evening to actually play some TDM. We'd really like to show you guys what TDM is all about. As we have mentioned in one of our previous streams, TDM is a team-based deathmatch mode. It is probably one of the most challenging modes in Quake, besides 1v1 or duel. But obviously, having team dynamic changes things really greatly for anyone that's taking part. Now you have to work with different playstyle, map control, item control. It's just it's a whole different ballgame when you have to rely on someone next to you. And to make it even more challenging, tonight's TDM Invitational is mixed team. So the players all know each other, obviously playing together through the years, but have they ever played in a team together is the bigger question, and even more so, how well are they going to gel with each other? So this evening we've given the guys about half an hour just to formulate some strats for the maps they're going to be playing this evening. So I'm really hoping we see some interesting play and teamwork from these teams. Aiden, do you want to run us through the teams? I don't know if you have that information, or otherwise I can do it.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna try it here. Okay, for the first match we're doing Team 1 versus Team 3. Team 1 consists of Phantom Static, Spartacus, Tbone, and Porij. I think that's how you pronounce it. Team 3 is Senshi. We were going to have nobody in Twitch, but they both had problems, so they had to unfortunately, what would you call it, not partake. We also have Narzul, Fragtion, and then, if I'm not mistaken, Djinn will be taking place of Twitch.
That is correct. We're actually just waiting on Djinn to arrive now.
Yeah, it looks like Phantom did phone him and he is on his way.
Okay, great.
Let's just run through the maps while we have a moment of silence. The maps we have tonight are Hidden Fortress, Purgatory, Grim Dungeons, Deep Inside, and Dreadful Place. Now this is a best of 3, so they're going to have to eliminate 2 maps and obviously decide which ones they're going to be playing. So I'm actually quite interested to see which ones get eliminated and which ones don't.
Me too, actually. I'm really hoping to see. Now, the reason we chose, or the reason that we put together this map pool, is because of the dual power-ups. And I really hope we're going to see some dual power-up maps, because that's so much more fun to watch. Just if you can get someone that's got perfect timing and can get together a great enough stack to do a dual power-up run, it is just something. It's utter carnage. It's something you can never experience properly in any other mode, and especially with the experienced TDM players like we have this evening. It's something that I'm really looking forward to seeing. So I really hope they don't eliminate those maps or drop those maps, and I hope we get to see some Grim Dungeons.
Yeah, no, definitely. I can't say I've seen much about Deep Inside or Dreadful Place, so I'm definitely hoping we get some of those.
Dreadfall's quite a nice map as well. It's one of those maps where, depending on the players, it could be quite a defensive played map, or a rather slow, very slow pace, But then again, your quad and your red armor, two really important items on the map, are in locations which generate a lot of activity. So you're going to see teams putting a lot of pressure on each other to get those items, especially in preparation for the power-ups. So yeah, Dreadful Place is a really awesome map to watch. But again, I'm quite biased in terms of Grim Dungeons just because it's my favorite TDM map. Besides Grim Dungeons, DM20, Hidden Fortress. It's one of the fastest TDM maps that we have right now, if not the fastest. The strange thing about it as well, for those of you that don't know, is DM20 doesn't have any railgun ammo. So for our heavy raiders, which is almost everyone we have online tonight, they have to, or the only way they can get ammo for their weapon is to pick up a rail. And there is obviously only one rail location on the map. So it's going to be really interesting to see who abuses this tonight. And with the abuse of rail, it can lead to some really quick score lines.
Yeah, that should be very interesting to see how that works out. Also, I think they're busy practicing on Dreadful Place now. And they're actually doing a coin flip at the moment. I think they're actually going to...
I see so.
Are you just informing them of it? Where am I? Jenna has no idea where he is. He's lost. Okay, it looks like they've picked Dreadful Place as the first map.
Okay, I need server details from you guys, eh?
I'm inviting you now.
Remember, they can't hear me on the stream.
So Nick's talking to himself.
Okay guys, so we're currently just getting the streamer to join the channel or to join the game, and then I see some players electing captains as they go. So it looks like
Oh, they're doing the coin toss again.
so for Team 1 we're going to have Phantom Captain, Team 3 is going to be Djinn.
Are they going to eliminate maps or just pick maps out straight?
Oh, if it follows DGL, then it's loser limbs.
Yeah. Okay. Points. Dropkick. So Phantom eliminated Dreadful Place. That's unfortunate.
We still have Grim Dungeons, DM20.
Purgatory and Deep Inside.
Deep Inside, yeah.
It's a weird name for a map, I must say. Okay, loser limbs. Okay, so they're still deciding.
They really want Dreadful gone, even though it's been.
Yeah. Okay, so Purgatory has also been eliminated.
Okay, so we're left with Deep Inside, Hidden Fortress, and Grim Dungeons.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming we're going to see a pick of Deep Inside, Hidden, and then Grim Dungeons as a decider.
Should be interesting. Okay, let's see here. So Nick, you know the players quite well, I must say. What sort of results do you think we're going to get tonight?
Look, I think, honestly, I think it's going to be really difficult to tell. These players, as I did mention, are all brilliant on one sort of individual basis, all really strong players. But working together as a team is going to prove quite challenging, especially since I believe this is the first time that all of them have played together in the teams that they are. So I'm hoping that the guys can get that out of the way and formulate a strategy that really works for them. You've got, just to run through it quickly, you've got Porij, Static, Spartacus, and Phantom, all who are extremely strong in aim and movement around the map. Phantom obviously being extremely experienced with all of his duels throughout the years. Spartacus relatively is quite a newcomer to Quake Live, but he's shown great progression throughout the short time he's been playing. And then you've got players like Static and Porij who've been part of Q6 and been playing TDM for such a long time. So having those two together on a team is really a benefit, especially to Team 1 and to Phantom. So I'm hoping that he formulates his strategy around the fact that both Porij and Static have been playing together for such a long time. But at the same time, you have players like Senshi, who's got orders of experience that they can rely on, as well as Djinn, who's an extremely strong dueler and aimer. You've got Dvet coming from AFM and Fragtion as well. It's been around for just as long. So I'm not even gonna take a chance and try to make an assumption as to who's gonna win here, because everyone that's playing this evening has really got some experience in the mode, and they're all great individual players. So for me, it's all going to come down to how well they operate together as a team, and how they decide to play these maps. Whether or not they decide to put down constant aggression, whether or not they decide they want to take it slow and wait for their opposing team to make a mistake and then capitalize on that. But more so, I think it's going to come down to item control on these maps, because even if you have someone that's got a 200 stack, and you've got a player with a 150 armor stack against the quad, that means nothing.
Yeah.
Every single player that's here tonight has got aim that can really put power up to good use. So any team that's got an advantage in terms of scoreline, it can disappear so quickly if they work together.
Can I just... Oh, we're going to Deep Inside at the moment. Before we get there, I just want to say one thing. Previously, when I think it was Twitch and Nobody on Team 3, personally I thought they were at a bit of a loss, but now that Djinn has come in to take place, I'm not saying any one of those players are not good. They will beat me to the end of time. But what I'm saying is, now that they've got Djinn, who is, as you were saying, an extremely strong dueler, who's just, I would say, just under par of Phantom, it sort of evened the teams out a bit more.
Yep.
Am I not correct in saying that?
Yeah, no, I definitely think so.
Okay, so yeah,
we've switched around to Deep Inside at the moment. We're just waiting for Spartacus to take his place, and then we would like to get things underway.
I think you're waiting for Djinn.
If I talk, can you guys hear me?
yes.
Either or, dude.
Okay. I was about to say about Team 3, nobody's actually also really strong. If it was switched with Djinn, that would probably make one of the strongest teams.
Yeah, I agree.
But we're gonna. I thought Team 3 was gonna be the weakest one, which is why I'm sitting out and letting Spartacus go. If we'll tell by the first game to see how it goes, and if they don't do that well, I'll probably play from then on.
Okay, so that's more of a strategic move on your part.
That's our guest caster, Tbone.
A good one.
Well,
Good
I
signal one.
spoke to the guys, and everyone agreed that we should let everyone have equal games. So Spartacus, he is a very new player, and he's got very little TDM experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like this is the DGL where it's a major competition. This is more of a friendly get-together. Okay, there is some prize money, but still, it's still to promote Quake more than anything else.
Is Tbone
Yeah.
in this conversation, by the way?
Yeah.
Sorry, I muted him because he was heavy on the keyboard. I thought he was just kind of silently sitting in. Sorry, let me just quickly unmute him on the TeamSpeak channel so that people can actually hear him. My bad.
I just connected on here because I didn't want to sit on TeamSpeak while I was spectating, because obviously I could time stuff for them all.
No, that's fair enough.
Okay, cool. So I've just unmuted you there, so at least your comments, etc., can be quite valuable. You know what I mean?
Well, I'll keep quiet most of the time. I'll just listen to you guys. But if I notice anything of interest, I'll let you know.
Nick, you want to introduce him quickly?
So this evening's guest caster looks to be Tbone, joining us from one of the teams taking part this evening. Tbone is going to be coming in from Team 1. So it looks like Tbone and Team 1 have made a strategic decision to keep him out for a while just to see what the performance is like with Spartacus, who I did mention a little bit earlier is a relatively new player to Quake Live, but because of his progression throughout his time in Quake Live, we've seen him mature a lot as an individual player, but it's all going to come down to how well he performs with the rest of the team. So yeah, I'm just really keen to see some TDM action at the moment.
Yeah, I think the guys are ready to get into it as well. They're talking about shooting green men, so we're just waiting for a few more readies, and then it looks like Spartacus is having actual latency issues. His pin is jumping all over the place.
Oh, there's that keyboard.
Sorry. I'll try to type on that as little as possible.
Well, they
it's
can't
really
hear
bad.
me. They can't hear me, so they might think you're talking to yourself, but it's fine. It's a good apology extension.
That all the time, man.
Okay, it looks like Spartacus is sorting out his connection, so we just gotta hold on for that.
Okay, so Nick, on the vote, I'm gonna just quickly run the intro that you gave me, and then go back into Quake Live, just for production purposes, so it looks pretty cool and all this and that. You know what I mean?
Oh
Who's
man,
P
I
for
cannot
Phantoms? Okay, yeah. I'll follow.
wait to get this underway. So we're currently just waiting for Senshi, who I'm sure is going to take And we're going live.
Oh yeah, there we go.
So we're going to start on Phantom's perspective this evening.
I'm gonna rover around though.
He's going to be sticking around with Static right now. They're going to make their way to red area. I see Static's already got Algae. Phantom just hanging around in the bottom area, trying to... Are we going to see Phantom play on yellows this evening? That's a really similar strategy to Spartacus. He's just taken down Djinn, doing some great MG damage there. He's going to work his way around, hope the Mega is up, but I don't see anything's up for him. Is Rail up for Steve? Doesn't look like it right now. So, we see an early quad. Static not too healthy right now. Just going to try and play it safe, try and keep this quad alive. Taking some unnecessary splash damage there. Phantom just dropping the Algae for him. He's going to push to red, see if he can pick up any frags here. Currently, Team 1 are leading. Static doing some incredible Algae work there, picking up 2 extra frags. And is going to be rewarded with a red. And gets taken down there by some amazing shotgun work by Djinn.
I think you cursed him, Nick. From my point of view, I can see everybody's a bit hesitant in the beginning. Obviously, as you said earlier, not too much TDM is ever played anymore, so I think they've got to get back into the feel of it and working as a team, as you were also saying earlier, because when Static picked up the quad damage, then he sort of waited around to get a better gun, and then nobody gave him one until Phantom did. Because he wasn't going to go chasing with a shotgun, especially with so many areas that he could get ambushed from.
Yeah, exactly. I think just between the two players, it just shows the sort of experience that Steve has, knowing that a player with quad and no weapons is completely useless. But, you know, dropping the weapons, I actually saw them pick up 2 frags almost immediately.
That nade shot!
That was an amazing nade, and we're just seeing frags left, right, and center here. Steve's just being rewarded with an Algae drop on his kill on Senshi. So just going to pick up red, and now he's tanked to the brim with a weapon like Algae. He's really going to do some damage. But Narzul landing some amazing rockets there, and Senshi just taking him down with the last bit of MG damage. So we currently see Senshi with Plasma, unfortunately going up against an Algae player in jump pad is not the greatest thing to do. We're going to see another quad here. Guys are just deciding who wants to pick it up. Right now it looks to be Static who's going to push it. Oh no! That's an extremely interesting decision.
Well,
Porij just blowing himself up there.
Yeah.
Really unfortunate. Not managing to make any use of that quad.
I think maybe... Did he actually go for it, or did he just get it by accident there? Because I didn't actually see that. I was busy wandering around.
What they were doing. Static had quite a nice stack, and he just wasn't making...
I don't know. This is a whole other thing that comes into play with teamwork. You've got to speak, you've got to know who's got what stack, who's better off, who's going to take the quad in advance. As far as my understanding of TDM goes, that is. You've got to sort of play these things in advance.
Yeah, definitely. So Aiden, your thoughts on the game so far? We're currently about 4 minutes in. We're looking, as I imagine, the scoreline's not growing extremely quickly, and Team 1, albeit individually really strong players, as I did mention earlier, they've only managed to pull a 2 frag lead so far. So again, it's coming down to how well these players are working together as a team, the amount of pressure they're applying to the key players from Team 2, and just what they're really doing. As you can see, they're just making such great pushes, always together, and managing to... sorry, I'm just watching Porij, and he's really laying down some great defensive work.
Yeah, some nice bouncing of, I'm not sure who that was, around with some rockets there. But yeah, I know what you're saying, Nick, but I feel, you know, halfway through the game, maybe in the last sort of 10 minutes, things will pick up and they'll be comfortable. They'll have a full-on understanding of what needs to be done as a team, and then they'll just really, the gears will kick into place. Like, there we go. We have Fragtion plasmering himself to death with the quad damage. It was quite a unique situation, though.
And immediately after spawn, picking up a gauntlet kill and then crating because of the damage from Spartacus. This is a really interesting game.
Yeah.
We've seen some very funny moments tonight, but we're really looking forward to doing this with you guys. So, Senshi just picking up the kill on both his teammate and the enemy there. So, Team 1 have managed to build up their lead by 6 frags right now. We've got 27 to 21. We're just going to see Porij heading around, hopefully drop a weapon for Spartacus as he just hand, and then push into red area, eating a grenade from Narzul there. Some extremely great prediction shots. Narzul might just head over to... Yeah, he's going to try and pick up rail right now, but I think Porij is going to make him pay for the fact that he was messing around with NG for quite some time before he decided to engage. The Porij is going to push around to red, hopefully pick up the kill here. He's got some really good teamwork there going with Static. They're going to try and secure red armor, which I'm assuming is going to be up any second for them. And we can see the scoreline is just growing slightly. Porij hitting a fantastic rail there. He's just going to try and secure this rail area before they're pushing for the next quad. So I'm going to flip around to see what the other players are doing. I'm looking at Spartacus right now, who's guarding red armor, but if he doesn't snatch it, he's laid on some really good defensive work right now.
You could see Spartacus hold off on getting the raid there for Porij. Porij seems to be one of the main players in his team at the, well, not high score, but he seems to be the one that's... I have no words for it. But he's taking charge in a way. And yeah, I have no words. It just seems like he's actually starting to kick in. Things are coming together and he's putting himself out there to get what needs to be done and then just full on rampage. Like,
Team 1 again are delaying quad for some reason, and I think it's Spartacus has managed to take it. He's not extremely stacked. He's looking at 100 HP.
Oh no, he's not.
He goes down really easily to Djinn's algae there. Djinn just being one of those players that can really take advantage of his aim. As I mentioned earlier, these guys are all individually strong players. Doing something like that is just kind of silly. That was a wasted quad by Team 1, and I really hope that Djinn's making them pay with rail, that's for sure.
Yeah. I hope nobody takes offense, but all the quads we've really seen so far, except for the very first one, have been a waste. I think there's been 3, I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
oh no, there's been 4. There's been 4 quads so far.
Yeah, 3 by Team 1, and then 1 by Team 2.
Yeah,
Team 3,
Team 3's had a 2-second quad and that's it. And then
unfortunately Fragtion killed himself on
with the plasma, yeah. And then there's 45 seconds for... Yeah, Team 1's only had 45 seconds with the quad, which is not much if you think about it. You got to run around, find
45
people.
seconds of quad is a hell of a lot of time, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah, but it's 3 quads. It's 15 seconds per quad.
Yeah, but they haven't made effective use of it. That's the difference.
Yeah.
So Djinn just landing these pick rails, hoping not to go down here, but I think he's going to. Phantom just laying or pushing through with that algae. He's not. I hope they stick together and work as a team here, because securing this red and then moving from red into quad area is gonna be the best thing for them to do. But you can see that Team 3 are already starting to lock down that quad area or the entrance to it. Hoping to keep Team 1 from pushing through and really laying down any damage. Remember guys, the longer that you can keep your quad alive, the better it is for you. You can really do a lot of damage, and you can basically force players around the map and move into areas where you'd like them to be and engage from there.
Yeah, what you say is completely true. I also believe quad is excellent for pushing players around, for getting them out of areas that you don't want them to be. Say for instance you get the quad, Mega's coming up and then red, you don't want the enemy to be there, so you send the quad there.
We've just seen Porij gain 2 amazing frags here, hoping to just lay down a pick on the 3rd, but just missing that rail unfortunately, being charged with gauntlet there, managing to get away, so we're looking good, Just picks up the frag on Senshi there. We see a 13 frag lead right now, and Porij has just taken Mega. I think he's going to try and work his way around to pick up rail, but unfortunately Spartacus has just picked that up from him. So we see Porij with 8 rails left, just picked up yellow. He's relatively stacked. I think he should actually move back into the RA area, support his team, but picking up a conversion there on Senshi, and we just see the scoreline growing ever so slightly every passing minute. So, your thoughts so far? Tara, what the thoughts?
Okay, I've been switching views and watching how they're playing and stuff. Team 1 is generally sticking to the plan that we decided on earlier, and it's going fairly well. They have been wasting their quads a little bit, but I think quad is more about response than it is about getting effective quad usage out of it. Obviously, denying it and just being there is very, very important.
Yeah, definitely. The last thing you'd want is a player like Djinn to become stacked and have free reign on quad. So any damage you can give to him as a team, or even deny completely, as you said, is a good thing.
The strategy they're mostly following is we've actually split the teams up into 2, where we'll have 3 guys running around, and then Phantom's by himself.
Is Phantom playing the traditional spotty role on this map, i.e. those bottom yellows? From all the time that I've been on Phantom, he's really been in sort of the underground area and stacking up on those yellows, and then pushing through from there to lay down damage. So that's traditionally known to me as a spotty role. Because Spotty plays that role extremely well, and almost every deep inside that I've seen him play, it's the role that he has, and he's performed so well on there. Phantom just doing some trick plasma work there, landing a really nice plasma shot. Unfortunately, didn't pick up the kill there.
Their idea is that people will mostly be concentrated on red armor and trying to get that control, and they leave the guy to get LG and the yellow armors at the bottom, so that he can build up towards quad.
Yeah, well, I've actually noticed from Phantom's point of view, he's gone really uncontested for most of the map. As I mentioned earlier, your strategy separating him from a pack of 3, it seems to keep him out of the mix long enough so that he's able to build up a stack and then really make a wholehearted push onto a power up. So it seems to be working. It seems to be working really well, and it's led to some really interesting situations, because we've seen Phantom pick up that quad relatively uncontested and with enough stack to really make a push, but at the same time the teamwork that he's experienced from Team 3 has it's sort of worn the quad out fairly quickly.
Yes. Another good thing about hanging out in the bottom area is that a lot of people spawn down there. So if you have guns and people will spawn at the bottom, you get lots of frags.
Yeah, your conversion frags could really change the game for you, especially if you're extremely well stacked, or if you've just picking up any weapon. As we know, we've got LG spawning down there, which is by far one of Phantom's best weapons, or in terms of damage output. You can really do a lot of damage with that. So it's an interesting playstyle, but it seems to be working for Team 1.
I'm surprised Phantom didn't go towards quad there.
I just don't think he had the stack. I mean, he got...
yeah, but just to help secure it.
Yeah, definitely.
Because they lost it pretty fast. I'm going to switch to static for a while.
I'm watching Porij right now. He's really doing some great work around the red area. Just trying to hold off, trying to build up enough steams for his team to get here. But going down there to Senshi with some fantastic algae, Senshi's just going to reap the reward there. He's rewarding himself with the red armor, and he's going to push back onto an unsuspecting static who just melted due to that algae. Senshi picking up another conversion frag there onto Spartacus, but going down unnecessarily to a great rail from Porij.
Porij plays a very similar way to me, which is a heavy damage output, not concentrating that much on the frags, but rather just putting out damage.
Yeah.
We have Narzul here.
Facing some great trouble in this red area.
Yeah.
Static just going to drop a weapon for a teammate there.
There's about a 30 frag difference now and about 5 minutes left. So I would say that blue team has to get the next 2 quads and make them count in order to win.
So we get caught up in 6 seconds. We only see Static right now that's in this area, and Senshi's just pushed through and gone down really quickly. Static's going to pick this up, and he's looking great to really do some damage with this quad. Just missing that first shotgun blast. Djinn taking him down. Really solid play there by Djinn. He's going to reward himself with a rail and then push through to Omega. He's slightly early here, so he's probably going to hang around this area, try and buy some time, stack up with Omega, and then push through to the rest of his team. But I wonder what the plan is for Team 3 right now. We see all of them with, well, Senshi and Djinn showing their experience there truly with their scores. Senshi 25, Djinn 21. Unfortunately, those negative nets, so they're just not managing to capitalize properly.
Well, if we look at that last squad, their Team 3 just didn't have any response there.
Yeah, they were lagging behind and getting to it.
Team 1 also wasn't there, so they could have easily taken that quad away.
Yeah,
but no response.
This is some really great work from Djinn here. He's just managing to take down both players and dies unexpectedly to Phantom, who again is lurking in the underpassages of Deep Inside here. Jeez, some solid shotgun there. Taking down Djinn, drops the rocket launcher for a teammate. And I think Steve's going to push through to try and pick up... Oh, just eating the rocket there from Fragtion. Solid face rocket.
I was actually watching from Fragtion's point of view there. That he had a split second to see Phantom, and you could say the twitch shot just landed on his head there. It was brilliant to watch from my point of view.
Yeah.
So as I mentioned, that red area that we see most of the action in tonight, this area is really being highly contested because it's
Also, 3 minutes left.
Yeah, it's a sort of area that players are commonly found in, and especially since the red is there, we're going to see Senshi just picking up this red here. No armor at the moment though, and he hasn't got much to work with in terms of weapons, so we're going to see him cycle around, pick up this rocket launcher. He's going to possibly get this yellow if it's up, which is not right now. He's got 2 seconds to wait, and I don't think he's keen on waiting right now. I think she's just going to push through into the red area. Again, that's not going to be up. He's 10 seconds away, taking a rail, and he's going to pick up the kill on Phantom here, but at the same time go down because Porij, I'm assuming, was waiting for Phantom's call beneath him.
That is another thing I think they could work on. If a teammate picks up something, I don't know if they're communicating when they do it or the timing of it, which could have effectively helped Senshi there. He would have then stuck around, picked up the yellow, and he could have done a bit more damage to the opposition.
Yeah, he definitely could. He definitely could have there. We're gonna be sticking with Senshi for a moment. I just wanna see what Peter's doing. So Peter's running the same route as Phantom's been the whole game so far, and he's got another 30 seconds for this Mega to come up. He hasn't got much to work with in terms of items. So he's really early right now, and this could really be quite bad for Peter if he gets a visit unexpectedly from anyone in Team 1.
Another bad thing is he's going to miss quad by staying there.
Yeah,
and then
he
use
is.
that last quad.
He's got an additional 8 seconds, and I don't think he's going to wait. I actually think he's going to push through. Well, here we go. He's going to be rewarded with quad. His patience has paid off. Messing around with Gauntlet, and unfortunately goes down. Some solid team play there from Team 1.
1 minute warning.
So we see a 27 frag difference right now, and to be really honest with you, I honestly thought it would be a lot larger. 29 frags between these two teams is not much, to be honest with you, especially since it's a mixed team environment and these guys really haven't gelled in terms of getting to know each other's playstyle, and I really don't know what sort of strategies Team 3 have. I mean, we've heard briefly from you, Tbone, what your strategy was on this map, or I don't know if this is map specific, but what your team strategy was. Phantom just eating a rocket and going down to some great teamwork there from Team 3.
I thought that Djinn and Senshi definitely started to up their frag count towards the end. But without those quads, they weren't going to be able to get enough frags.
Definitely. We see Senshi just picking up 2 important kills here. With 5 seconds left in the game, I hope Senshi manages to get a positive net, but it doesn't look like it. Just struggling to take down GG, struggling to take down Spartacus. So GG guys, first map goes to Phantom's team. This has been something that I've enjoyed so far. It's really, really fun to watch. I don't know, what are your thoughts, guys? In your opinion, what could Team 3 have done differently to capitalize right at the beginning?
Personally, I think it's purely, as I was saying near the beginning, how they've got... TDM is not a mode that's played very often nowadays, and it takes some getting into. Myself, when I play TDM, then I'm completely lost for at least half the game, and until I can get into it, and I think that's what...
I'm just going to move into their chat channel to talk to them quick.
Sure.
Sure.
So yeah, I think that plays a big part of it, and I think in the second map we're going to see a lot better play, a lot more teamwork. I think it's just going to be all round a lot better.
Well, just in terms of map knowledge and experience, DM20 is played a lot more. Hidden Fortress, for those of you that don't know it, Hidden Fortress is played a lot more in another mode, which is CA. So I'm guessing the small gap in frags we saw this evening, the 20 or 30 frags that we saw this evening, is purely because of map knowledge and the teams really not knowing how players play on this map. And that's not something we're going to see on Hidden Fortress, because Hidden Fortress is a map that's so common. It's played all the time in CA. Each and every player has played it. It's been around forever, and I really hope that we see some outright aggression, which is normally the case on this map. It's such a fast-paced map. It's so quick. It's so easy to build those score lines on this map. And as you can see, I'm watching Senshi right now. He's just picked up quad, and he's mowing everything down left, right, and center. So this is something that's going to be fun to watch, guys.
Yeah, that's another thing, Nick, what you said there. Hidden Fortress is a very well played map. I don't think Deep Inside is nearly anywhere near to as well played. So that could be another thing we can look at as to why or what they could do to improve their game on it.
Very true, very true. Tara, are you still with us? You're very quiet this evening.
Well, we had Tyrone here, and I think that's all you needed from the T department.
No, I believe some additional T's are always good.
That makes the world go around.
The expectations for this map.
More use of drop weapon.
More use of drop weapon, that's a really good point. We've seen some really bad situational drops. Unfortunately, dropping valuable weapons like Algae and like Rail in the previous map, and that
Or
can
not dropping
change.
it quick enough for team member.
Exactly, and something so simple can change the outcome of a situation instantly for a team.
Yeah, I agree. In Deep Inside, there was a situation where the teleporter comes out. I can't remember who the players were, but the one player dropped a rocket at the bottom of the stairs and had to literally spend 5 to 10 seconds trying to tell his teammate where it was.
That was Jim.
Yeah, that 10 seconds or however long it was is a huge time waster and could have affected the game so much more than they even realize. But that's where teamwork comes into play as well, and communication.
Yeah.
So we got players reboot.
Yeah, we're gonna give them the time to actually do this right now. There's no rush for actually to get this on, but as I did mention, if Team 1 picks up the win here, we're gonna take a small 10-minute break just between the next game, which is going to be Team 2 versus Team 4. So yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I'm extremely happy to see some more TDM action.
How many matches are we playing tonight?
There's,
6.
yeah, 2 best of 3s.
Well, potentially 6 games, 2 matches.
Oh, so it's the Team 1, Team 3, and then the Team 2, Team 4 match, right? That's 2. Okay. Alright. You guys could do this more often and try and incorporate more, make it kind of like a league or a cup structure. Very cool.
So, as we did mention earlier this evening, guys, this TDM Invitational was put together relatively quickly, and we're really hoping to build more awareness around the TDM mode. For those of you that don't know, or for those of you that are new to the mode, TDM stands for Team Deathmatch, which is basically a team-based mode in which you would work together with your teammates in order to take control of a map, and as always, most frags wins. But more importantly, your teamwork playstyle is now what comes into question. So you could have the best duelists in this game, and you could have a random mix of pub players, but if those pub players can effectively work better as a team, you're gonna see them take the win. There's not, excuse me, there's not a lot of players that have actually played in a team for a long enough time to get to know each other's playstyles. And I think my perfect example of that this evening is going to be Porij and Static, who've been together in Q6. They've been together for a very, very long time. Guys are really strong individual players, but knowing each other's playstyle, that's where it's coming down to. And if you watch the two of them, Static and Porij don't really leave each other's side, or they don't really let a distance grow between the two of them. They play really effectively and stick together and provide backup and support for each other. And that is where teamwork comes in.
Where did they come when it came to the versus 2 TDM? They came third or so, didn't they?
I think so. I think
they only lost to Phantom and Djinn.
Yes. Again, two of the best players in South Africa. So it shows you, I mean, individually, Static and Porij could probably be beaten by Phantom and Djinn quite easily in a duel. But in a 2v2 TDM environment, I definitely think that Static and Porij have a great advantage just because of the length of time they've been playing together as a team. So Djinn's just not happy with his connection at the moment. I see he's disconnected from the server again. So apologies for this, guys. We're just hoping we're going to see some game time very shortly. He's back on.
I don't know if you guys were specking Senshi or Phantom during this warm-up when they got quad, and then they were just literally just going around railing everybody. The accuracy they were displaying there was just insane. So I'm really hoping we see a lot of that during this match.
By the way, Nick, one thing. Is Nick here?
No, I think he has just stepped out for a second.
Probably had a cigarette or something.
Yeah.
Just one thing quickly, when it comes to casting this type of full action-packed games, what he needs to try and keep an eye on is the frags that take place on the top left side. Even though he's casting a player in front of him,
Yeah.
he needs to keep aware of that, because what I noticed was that Phantom was picking up frags left, right and center, and kind of nothing was being mentioned about it. So it's the same. This type of gameplay applies very similarly to CS, where it's really much play by play, exactly what's happening, and keeping track on what's happening on the frag side, on the score fragging there.
No, I fully agree. Fully agree.
So I'll just when he gets back, I'll just quickly let him know.
Awesome.
Sorry, I'm also munching a burger at the moment, so I might be noisy.
All good. So guys, it looks
so
like...
we're still waiting
oh, there we
for
go.
Team 3 right now, just to ready up. We see Djinn and Narzul right now, just taking their time. I'm sure they're going to be chatting about strategies on this map. Narzul just reading up, so we might be seeing some game very shortly.
Nick, just a quick one.
Yep.
Just focus on the frags that happen
Your team.
on the scoreboard as well. So that's it's very similar to CS. So, because in the last game, Phantom was kind of getting a lot of frags, whilst you guys didn't notice it.
We're gonna be going live here now, guys. I'm currently on Porij's POV right now. So let's just head around to Phantom, see what he's up to right now. He's just gonna go down, unfortunately. So he's looking at Djinn right now, who's just gone down to some extremely solid grenade work there by Porij. Red's going to be up in a second, just picked up there. Porij going down to Senshi. And Senshi's looking extremely great to take this. He's just landed with perfect mega. I think he's going to go down, taking down Porij there. Really, really well. Not managing to take that last pick with Rail. So Senshi right now should just wait for some back from his team. That's really silly of him to drop that shotgun. That's such an effective weapon to use with quad. But fortunately for him, he had some support from his team. Managing to pick up a conversion frag there on Phantom. Not quite sure if he's going to land that, but getting taken down for some really great play there by Tbone and Porij. Porij's just showing his experience here. I'm not quite sure what they're going to do, whether or not they're going to stick in this algae room. It seems to be a really effective strategy, especially since... See what Phantom is doing. Yeah, all four of them seem to be in this room. They're going to be pushing around. It looks like they're going to push onto Red, and then from there try and pick up Rail at the same time. But I wonder who's going to be their Rail player this evening. The Phantom not picking up Rail before, just taking down Senshi right now. And that yellow just being stole right in front of him. So I think he's going to be rather annoyed because he was looking in pretty good shape.
You can see here that there's a lot more teamwork going on now. People are traveling together, they're attacking together. And it's giving them a much greater advantage than they were getting in deep inside.
Yeah, definitely. So we're currently just sitting with Team 1 taking a 3 frag lead right now. Fragtion just going down to a solid rail by Porij. And Panther picking up a really good frag there on Djinn with some good plasma work, but he's not looking to help himself. He's been forced to back away. And we've just seen Fragtion pick up that quad. He's going to reward himself with a rail. He's going to push into the center, not landing the immediate rail, not landing the second either. He really needs to... picks up a gauntlet onto Porij there. Fantastic work. Looks like we're going to see him take static. He has taken static. He's going to push through into the yellow area, not unfortunately landing the rail, but he's going to pick up some unnecessary splash damage from the grenade. The Fragtion managing to pick up 2 kills on quad, or with quad, is going to try and hold his way, try and make his way down through the red area, and he's going to hold for rail, but it's still some time away. Picking up a great frag onto Phantom there.
That was a nice combo there with Rocket and Rail. Bounce him up and get him in the air.
It was really.
Unfortunately, he didn't get to save his teammate's life, but...
Teams are tied.
So again, teams are tied. Amazing play here by both teams, really showing that on a map that they know well. Oh, Djinn's just having some connectivity problem right now.
I wonder if they're going to call a timeout or if they're just going to keep playing.
I hope they keep playing. He looks to be stable after that short little interruption he has. Yeah. A fantastic rail on the Phantom. So, he's timing out again. That's unfortunate. We see most of Team 3 up in the quad area right now. They seem to be trying to hold the right-hand side of the map or entrance into quad. And Djinn is busy setting up right now on the back. He's going to reward himself with the yellow armor, but at the same time, he takes so much algae damage, he's forced away. And he's left the rear of the map rather exposed. And I think we're going to see a push from Team 1 onto quad right now, as we just have.
Yeah, I just want to point out that Mega's now been up for pretty much almost 30 seconds and nobody's picked it up. I think that's mainly due to where it is.
Fragtion's gonna just going to have that stolen in front of him. Managing to take down Porij is obviously just taken away Mega. So Fragtion's feeling extremely brave and taking down 2 kills with 6 health. And Static landing a really solid grenade there. Some fantastic work here, guys. So at the moment we see Team 3 with the lead, which is something I did not expect. But as I did mention earlier, because both teams know this map so well, it's not something that they could use in as excuse. Some fantastic work here by both teams. Djinn just really showing how strong he is with that rail. He's currently rocking a 56% rail. That is amazing.
Yeah, that is quite exceptional actually if you think about it. With the amount of how little time you get with the rail due to the high death rates in TDM. And you know just how busy it is and how easily you can be distracted or attacked from behind. That it is quite an exceptional high accuracy for rail.
If I can just point something out there, Team 3 has sort of adopted a playstyle where they always have 2 players together, and it's something that I've noticed that's panning out really well for each other because they're never facing a situation alone. And both players are positioning themselves in a way that they're able to put damage or give out damage without taking much at the same time, which is exactly the sort of play strategy you'd like in a TDM or in any mode for that matter in Quake. You can see Narzul's positioning here on Tbone. He's just managed to take down Tbone with that LG, and we've just swapped over to Fragtion as he's picked up the quad, managing to pick up that first kill with quad there, shotgun, taking down Phantom really easily, picking up Tbone as well. He's going to push through to Mega. He's slightly early here, so he might push round back into rail area and try and get that red, which is up in 2 seconds right now, if he's prepared to wait, and just going down to the MG work there. So we see Team 1 sticking together, really putting down that team damage there, managing to kill that quad before he's able to make up or create too much of a score difference. And again, the players from Team 3 are just showing that sticking together and playing as a team, but Phantom landing an amazing rocket on Fragtion right there. I don't know if anyone else saw that, but that was just out of the blue. I heard the rocket traveling and he picked it up.
I was watching from Phantom's point of view there. He shot it, went back under where the water is, and then about a second later you hear the beep, the kill beep. That's just, yeah, that was just an exceptional shot as well. That's knowledge of map and of how people play.
8 minutes in right now, and Phantom is just picking up frags left, right, and center. We're back at the tie game right now, and I'm just on Phantom's view. From his perspective, he's really laying down a fantastic amount of damage, and he's allowing his team to pick up the kills. So he's basically putting Team 3 in a position where they have to either push or run away because of the amount of damage that he's done. And it's working for them. It's really working for them. He's putting them in situations that they don't need to be in. They're unnecessarily aggressive, and the rest of Team 1 can just so quickly pick up those conversions.
There's just one other thing I would like to mention. In CA, you don't do team damage, but here you do. So when you see somebody, say for instance, LG in a opposition player, and then stopping and starting again as soon as one of their players walks past, you can see that is teamwork. They know exactly where the player is going, and that, you know, it's like in those army movies, you see them lower the guns, then lift them up again. It's very good teamwork to see something like that.
Yeah. Sure. While you were chatting there, I just saw Senshi picked up the quad. He was really low. He was really low at the time that he picked it up. So I don't know if he picked it up out of desperation because he thought maybe someone from Team 1 would push in and take it from him. But we saw him pick it up on sub 20 health, and he just had a yellow armor stolen in front of him by a teammate. So I'm sure that's something that Senshi's going to be unhappy about, because that quad could have been put to far greater use. We still see Team 3 with a 5 frag advantage right now. But again, as I did mention, if you look at the location of the players and how they're playing with each other, they're still in close proximity to each other and able to back up and support each other from Team 1. So currently, Team 1 sitting on 73, Team 3 sitting on 76 frags, 77 right now. Fragtion just showing some really solid play with 4.2k damage so far, and we've just reached the 10-minute mark. This is something that I wasn't expecting, and I'm really pleased to see, because Fragtion is just laying down damage left, right, and center, just picking up an additional 2 frags there, and looks to be picking up a conversion here as well. Amazing work there. Shotgun is just one of those weapons in TDM where you can do so much damage. Just going down to some plasma work there. Porij landing a great rail, landing another on Fragtion. It looks like Porij is going to go down to Peter's plasma here. Peter again picking up that quad on 23 health right now. Not looking very good. He's just seen red. Going to try and play that through. He might be lucky and reward himself with a 50, but that's not up right now. Managing to pick up the kill on Phantom. He's going to push through to quad spawn, and we see Tbone just bounce over his plasma, taking a direct hit from plasma. Oh, some fantastic plasma work there, but unnecessarily aggressive and going down to some solid shotgun from Phantom. Phantom going down to a great rail there by Djinn. Let's just try to see what he's averaging. Again, 41% rail. That's really high.
I just want to mention that at the moment the scores are so close. It's 94-91, just with about 12 minutes. And the previous game, I think, ended just over 100 frags from each team. So you can really see how many, what difference knowing the map, knowing where the weapons are, and how great the teamwork has improved. I'm thinking we're going to see at least 150 from each team by the end of this.
I'm hoping. It really looks that way right now, as Red have taken the lead for, and at the same time Blues just tied it up. So Team 3 again just showing that the experience on them on this map, or knowing the map, is making the world of difference to it. Fragtion again just putting down some phenomenal shotgun damage there. And we're going to see quad in 10 seconds right now. So Fraction's in the perfect location, managing to take down Porij. Looks like he's going to pick up Tbone. He's going to stay around. Now it's a great time for them to pick up that quad. Let's just see if Senshi's going to pick it up again. Senshi looks much better, and if he pushes in unnecessarily, he's going to pick up the frag on Phantom. He's going to push his way through to the center of the map, but goes down, unfortunately, there. So a really, really well collected quad. Team 3 worked so well there to secure that quad area. Fragtion laying down the immediate shotgun damage and buying Senshi some time to pick it up. Senshi obviously having more experience, picking up that quad, managing to pick up 2 kills, and then unfortunately going down. We've seen Djinn, however, struggling with his connection tonight, just getting some timeouts every now and again, but it doesn't seem to be throwing him off too badly. Djinn rocking a 44% rail right now, 23 LG, which is not as high as we'd expect, but I'm sure that's not going to play too much of a major impact.
We actually just saw, just before the Mega spawn, their Djinn was right there with 3 seconds for the Mega to spawn, and you just kept moving. The timing of the items is something to be desired, but I can only imagine how difficult it is with so much going on the map, around the map already as it is. Especially if the other team gets it or delays it. It's just, there's so much that goes into TDM. To play it proficiently and well, you have to be so skilled. So if you play duel and you struggle to time, you can only imagine how difficult it is during a TDM match. And the amount of endurance you must have. Yes, Djinn, he's bugging out a lot there. That might cause some problems. The amount of endurance you have to have to play a TDM, a 20-minute TDM, is just insane.
we go. We've seen Senshi pick up every single quad so far for Team 3. He's not looking too healthy, but as he knows, Mega is waiting for him, so he's going to work his way through. I hope Senshi doesn't go. There we go. He's just picked up a frag on Phantom. But taking a rail and taking another by Tbone. So Tbone managing to take down that quad there pretty comfortably. He's going to be rewarded with another frag on Fragtion. So just hoping to do, again, dropping the rail unnecessarily.
Blue team's actually... Yeah, no, go for it.
Giving a player like Static, Algae or Rail is extremely silly. He can punish you with that weapon almost instantly.
Yeah, which we have seen countless times throughout these last two matches. But I must say, Blue team has really picked up their game now. They're now almost a 20 frag or 15 frag lead. They have actually just achieved that. Compared to the last game, which is exceptional.
So we're going to see Team 1 hang around the center area, trying to get some time on Rail, or at least stack up with the red here before pushing through. We see Quad's going to be up in about 40 seconds now, so they're a bit early to start securing this area, and I think it's a silly decision to try and put unnecessary pressure on Team 3, especially since they are still 10 frags behind. Senshi's just going to try and hang around this red area, try and secure this.
Yeah, well, that's what the thing. They have to fight for all the... If red team gets these small items and they just wait and hold the quad area, they will lose it. This is probably why Senshi's been so low every time. Oh, that was awesome. The nade frag from below. But yeah, they've got to keep an eye on all the small items, the reds, the yellows, just to make sure that the opposition doesn't stack up enough like they have seen now to challenge for the quad, which has now been taken by Static, and he's not badly stacked, he's not exceptionally stacked, but he's going for it here.
Well, that's the thing. Static is one of those players that, with quad and a decent amount of weapons or usable weapons, he can change the game for you. As you can see here, he's almost tied up this game for them. And if he picks up this frag here, amazing rocket by Fragtion, just taking down Static there, mid-jump, through rail, Fragtion just showing his amazing control of rocket launcher there.
If I'm not mistaken, that was the best quad run we've seen yet. I think it was 5 frags on the quad run, almost 6.
That was the best quad run we've seen so far. 6 kills.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool to watch that. See Static in action with the quad, it's awesome actually.
So Team 3 have a 1 frag, as I was about to say that. Team 1 takes the lead by 1 frag, tied up again guys. This is nail-biting stuff right down to the end. Tied game with just over a minute left. We're going to have enough time here to see one last quad. I'm hoping we're going to see these guys put this to effective use. So currently, Team 1 have just got a 4 frag lead, which on DM20 is nothing to make up with a good quad run. That is nothing. So we're up to 5 frags right now, guys. Some phenomenal work here by both teams, really playing well together. Still 5 frags.
I must say, Team 3, as I said earlier, they put up one hell of a fight in this match. If they lose this one, I really don't think they need to feel bad, because they have actually just played exceptionally. And it's been awesome to witness.
Completely agree with you here. Completely agree with you. So we're down to 2 frags. This difference can be made up in a heartbeat. I'm just currently on Fragtion's POV, and his railing and his rockets this evening have been phenomenal.
He's got a 47% rocket percentage, or accuracy, so... I would, however, like to see a third match between these two teams, so I really hope Team 3 gets it.
I would love to see a grim dungeon. 3 frags, 4 frags the difference. Can Fragtion make something happen here? It looks like this is going to happen, guys. Team 1 are not in a great position, but Phantom just taking down Fragtion with the gauntlet there.
Djinn giving an early GG there.
I'm going to call this GG.
Yeah.
Seriously well played to both teams here. But Team 1 just managing to sneak it out the bag in the last seconds of this map. So GG, well played to Team 1. The guys played phenomenally. As Djinn did mention, he did suffer slightly with his connection this evening, but some phenomenal play here from both teams this evening. This is exactly why we love TDM so much. It is nail-biting stuff right down to the end.
Yeah. I don't know if you just want to go over some of the scores from the matches?
We will be taking a short break, and when we return, we will be going through some scores. Before we start with the next match this evening, it's going to be Team 2 versus Team 4. So for those of you that are not sure who's made up by those teams, or which players make up those teams, we're going to have Carnage, Spaceman, Null, Liquid Ice, and Jeff Mess for Team 2. For Team 4, we're going to see Disruptor, Tyler, Denix, Curious, and Void. So as I mentioned this evening, guys, these are all players that are extremely strong individually, but it is whether or not they can work together as a team that's really going to make the difference. So as we saw this evening, Team 1, who looks to be, without a doubt, one of the strongest teams in this competition, being shown up on Hidden Fortress by Team 3, but Team 1 just managing to sneak it out the bag in the last dying seconds of this map. So GG, well played to Team 1, GG, and very well played to Team 3. Senshi and the guys played phenomenally well, and I actually hope when we return we can have a chat to Senshi just before we get things starting with the second round of maps for this evening. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for joining us. We are going to take a short break. For those of you that like to stay on, don't disappear. We will be back in about 10 to 15 minutes. Thanks a lot, guys.
Cheers.